Hey Grand Adventurers, welcome back. I'm your host Mark Guido, and we're going to spend this week's episode doing a little shop class, making our own cheap, easy, and portable 12-volt accessory power point for our pickup truck bed. Come along. This episode of Grand Adventure is sponsored by etrailer.com, where you'll find thousands of products for RVing, towing, camping, outdoor recreation, vehicles, boating, and more. Use the link down below in the video description to shop eTrailer with Grand Adventure. Back at our very early episode 14 that we filmed and presented to you in 2017, we showed how we use a 45-gallon pillow tank to go retrieve water and bring it to our RV's fresh water tank. If you'd like to learn more, we'll put a link right here on the screen. Maybe it's because we ran out, or as was the case in episode 14, we actually forgot to pick up water before disconnecting the trailer. We use a 12-volt liquid transfer pump to pump the water from the pillow tank to the trailer's water input. I had added a 12-volt power source to the bed of my former Toyota Tundra, running a dedicated circuit back from the engine compartment to the truck bed near the tailgate. However, I had not done so with my Ford F-350, and I discovered that when we were down in Quartzsite last month and I went to go transfer some water from the pillow tank to the trailer and realized I did not have a convenient power source. Laying in bed one night, an idea hit me. Inspired by the Viair 450p RVS air compressor from our video sponsor, eTrailer. Exclusive to eTrailer, this air compressor is powered not by alligator clips connected to the battery, but instead gets its power from the 7-way trailer plug on my truck. That was premiered in our episode 381, which I'll also link to right here on the screen. Unlike a cigarette lighter adapter, which is usually limited to 10 amps, the charging circuit on my 7-way plug is fused with a 30-amp fuse, which provides more than enough power for just about any 12-volt accessory that I can think of. It also makes power available in two convenient places, both on my rear bumper and also inside the pickup truck bed. What I have in mind should take up very little space, so I'll be able to store it when not in use inside a compartment inside my truck. So I decided to get started on creating our own cheap, easy, portable 12-volt power point for the pickup truck bed. Now this is all we're going to need for the project. I bought this 7-way plug that terminates in an SAE power connector right as you see it as is on Amazon. I had laying around another SAE connector, this time going to bare wires, a couple of ring terminals, a small polyurethane project block, and a couple of 2-post bus bars. That's it. Now to put this together, all we need is a wire stripper, a wire crimper, a wrench, a drill bit with a drill, and a screwdriver or a screwdriver bit. That's it. Everything necessary for this project is available on Amazon. And all told, I'm into this for only about 43 bucks, so it's very inexpensive to put together. I'll put links down below in the video description to every one of these parts if you'd like to build one of these for your own pickup truck. Now that we've explained everything, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is strip the ends of these wires coming from our SAE connector. If you've never used one of those little anvil type wire strippers, they are the bomb. It's so easy to strip a wire that way. And what we're going to do next is crimp these ring terminals onto the end of the SAE connector. My crimper's getting a little stiff and cranky here. Crimp that on. Make sure we get a real good crimp. That's pretty good. Let's give it another little bit of a nudge. I hate it when crimps fail. Now obviously I could solder these on too if I wanted to. And these have the heat shrink on them, which is really kind of nice. That way you can seal it up. Crimp the other one on. Let's check that one. Now I'm just going to take a lighter and shrink these up. It's not the prettiest way to do it. You could use a hair dryer or a heat gun, but I'm lazy. I'm just going to use the lighter. See how that shrinks up real nice and seals it off? All right. That part of the device is all done. Now I'm going to use this polyurethane block as kind of my mounting point for these bus bars. Sort of set them in a configuration, something like that I think is probably best. I'm going to run the ring terminals to the outside, and the outside will be our accessory posts. So what I'm going to do now is drill a couple of pilot holes. The nice thing about these polyurethane project blocks is they're super easy to drill and super easy to work with. They're not going to age the way a wooden block would, although you could certainly use a piece of 2x4 or something like that if you have one laying around. Now I'm going to screw the bus bars to the project block. Leave that one a little loose until I get the other one in. Now I'll tighten up the first one. And I'm going to repeat the process with the other bus bar. There. Now I'm going to take the SAE connector with the ring terminals on one end and attach those ring terminals to the inside terminals of the bus bar. Of course, make sure that you match polarities. Positive to positive, negative to negative, always. And that's really all there is to it. All we need to do to use this device is plug the two ends of the SAE connectors together. So now to use this, all we need to do is plug this into the 7-way trailer connector, either in the bed of the truck or on the rear bumper. And here, for example, is our transfer pump that we use to pump water into our trailer. All I need to do is clip the alligator clips on there, and I'll have readily available 12-volt power. Let's go outside to the truck and try this out. Right after a brief message from our valued video sponsor, eTrailer. Whether you need products for your RV, boat, trailer, vehicle, hunting and fishing, off-roading, and more, our video sponsor eTrailer has you covered. Best of all, you'll find over 100 US-based enthusiast customer service reps ready to help via phone, chat, or email, both before and after the sale. These folks have used themselves the products that you're shopping for, and you won't find a more knowledgeable team anywhere to help you with your outdoor project. Click the link down below in the video description to shop etrailer.com with Grand Adventure. Well, that worked like a charm. Super easy, super inexpensive, and super convenient. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Again, if you would like to make one of these for your own pickup truck, we'll put all the parts list down below on Amazon in the video description so you can replicate this on your own. Now, coming up next week, it's hard to believe, we've been at this since 2017 on YouTube, putting out new RV adventure travel and how-to videos each and every Wednesday. We're coming up next week on our 400th episode. I really can't believe that, but that just goes to show you that there is no better time than right now, that if you're not yet a grand adventurer yourself, go smash that little subscribe button right down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a grand adventure. We'd be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. Understand that if you found today's episode useful, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, that's where we have the comment section where we'd love to hear from you each week. If you have any questions about this little accessory power setup, hit us up down below and we'll be happy to answer them the best that we can. So until our 400th episode next Wednesday, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then. Let's check that one. Nope. Now you see, didn't get a good crimp.